Hello, beautiful. So the vehicle I was in today got rear-ended, I think is what they say. That was maybe my first time in a long time. We were at the red light, and the person behind us was distracted. And thank God everything is okay. Everyone is okay. You know, I got out, put the lights on, and the awareness lights on, got out, and it started to shake. My body started to shake. And I was just like talking calmly. And then, yeah. Anyway, the driver of the other vehicle, I call my power back to me from every person, timeline, entity. I call my power back to me. I feel like I've been spiritually attacked. I am being spiritually attacked lately, and I noticed the difference. And I feel sad about how that affects me and the people I care about. But I am doing the work to call my power back to me. And one of those things was there was a person that I really looked up to. And now this happens a lot, right? This happens throughout my life. This has happened quite often. People that I really, really look up to turn their back on me. Literally, figuratively. You know, give it time. Everyone's going through their own journey. But my little inner child is like pretty hurt about that. But there was one person where, you know, every time I smiled to them, they frowned at me, and that's the person I want to take my power back from. And like, I forgive them, but do I? I mean, I forgive them. I think I do, but it still hurts, so I'm still working on it. But they're lucky they're a parent, because I have a sweet spot for their child. And in my mind, I've made up a version of them that may or may not exist. The parent of that child, you know? Because we act differently towards our children than we do our colleagues or someone we meet off the street, or somebody who runs their car into the vehicle that you're in. And so that person, they were gracious to follow me to my next destination. Follow us to our next destination, where they gave me a lot of hugs, because that's all I needed, really. It's funny, because I've been praying, asking for hugs. I guess you gotta be careful what you pray for. No. I'm not gonna look at it like that. But I asked him eventually, you know, to calm down. I did some chit chat. My way of small talk is not exactly small. Can get a lot of information out of people pretty quickly. You know, the elevator exercise. But So their title was a conseillère to directive. So like a directives counselor, or directives lead counsel person. I don't know. I don't remember, because that was new to me. I didn't know that was a job title. And within the tobacco and vaping industry. And I then shared with them how funny that was, because me and my friend, we've both been growing tobacco now for about 6 years. We've been tending to that relationship to tobacco. Same name. So I told her about, this is the way that I know it so far, right? So around here where I live, there's, from what I know, one company who sells sacred tobacco to community members. That company is like a middleman. They do not grow the tobacco, and they cannot tell you where that tobacco comes from, because it's like policy locked. I wanted to find out, because I had this inspiration a while ago about, like, well, what if we grew tobacco? I don't know if I could sell it for money. I don't know. But the thing about it is, when we're growing that plant, we need to be talking to it. We need to be telling it what it's for, you know. And me and my friend, we've been working with these plants for 6 years now, you know. And listen to that wonderful bird. I hope you can hear it. I think it's a catbird. I'll be quiet for a bit. Call and response. How did I hear it before? Bird language, there's 5 languages. And there's babies calling for the mummies. There's mating. There's territorial calls. There's pointing calls. And then there's is this the everything is all good? What is this one? Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. That tobacco thing. Oh yeah. But I don't know if there was a monetary gain by this. It is probably surrounded by policy. I don't know how it would work. But I do like the idea of that plant being grown in a good way, you know. And then before it gets to all those pipe carriers or knowledge keepers or elders, creator, the water, the earth. that it had a chance to grow in a good way. That's part of why in the Kinnikinnick, it's important to have at least a little bit of tobacco. No, sorry. The other medicines. And I was thinking about cedar specifically. I mean, I'm sure, you know, someone can like pick up a bundle that they bought from the lodge trading post and smudge it and put their intentions through it and all that. I'm sure, you know. Short-beaked sedge. That's who I'm transplanting, right? Splitting them up one by one. Where they will be tended to and then sold in efforts to help people make their spaces, turn their spaces into native plant gardens. Should add some soil here to these cells. I have this really great book at home. It's called Decolonizing Trauma Work. I mean, let's be real, I have a lot of great books at home. But for what I'm thinking of right now, Decolonizing Trauma Work. On my work contract, it specifically notes I'm not allowed to use, I must only use hand tools. next year on the contract, there'll be something like no bringing like fast food, or like sometimes I come in with the coffee in a single-use coffee mug, and I'm like, oh, I'm being the worst. Especially this wonderful space, but we gotta be gentle on ourselves and go one step at a time. Like, recognize and then make the decision to shift and then shift. But it takes baby steps. You know, I'm not the person I used to be, and I keep growing and changing. I'm exactly the version that I need to be now. I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of positive affirmation music. And, yeah. Obviously, I don't have all the words, but that's part, actually, of why the tobacco and those sacred plants are so good. That's when we don't have the right words, the plants can pick up on our intentions. And they can help us. It's been a few elderly people now who have been pushing on me to speak more loudly, to speak up, speak out. And I just don't want to speak loudly. But I'm happy to speak. Totally. That root system.